What makes Châteauneuf-du-Pape wine so special? Well, it's three things apparently. Number one is there are these big marble-like stones in the ground. Châteauneuf-du-Pape is a small region in Italy, in the kind of Rhone Valley, and apparently these stones came from glaciers 30,000 years ago. And we've been there today, picked up 3 bottles of wine. I thought it would be cheaper than the UK, but no, lots to tell. So yeah, these stones were in glaciers. They're all in the ground. They absorb a lot of the heat in the day, and then that's released at night. So it allows the grapes to mature differently. It's a bit of a rare kind of makeup of the soil. So that's number one. Number two is there's like a bed of clay in the ground at a certain layer, which helps the roots. Just something with the roots. I don't know. I don't know what the clay does, but that's one of the factors. And number three is the mistral wind. So there's a lot of wind that comes through. That takes out a lot of the moisture and again affects the grapes in that way. So yeah, my name is Toddy and I make daily videos because I'm building a company called Nonconformity Company. And there's lots of, we're doing 100 startups in 1,000 days and giving away all the business blueprints to show people how easy it is to start online businesses now, especially with all the automation tools and AI. So we're giving away the blueprints for these businesses so people can come in and copy them and then apply it to something that you're, into or passionate about, or that you want to do, or you want to help a certain group of people. And at the heart of the nonconformity company is LifeMaster, and that's about teaching you how to design your life. And a lot of the times we have this working week, which came in with the factories having people working 24 hours a day. 8 times 3 is 24 hours. So they needed shifts for factories. But we've kind of moved on from the Industrial Revolution. And I've never been a lover of the 9 to 5 working week. That feeling of Mondays, you just be counting down. You get to Wednesday at lunch and you'd be like, okay, we're over the halfway mark to the weekend, looking forward to the weekend. But that feeling of Mondays was just, a drag, and it would start coming in on Sunday afternoon. So if you're in a position like that where you start dreading Monday on the Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and then Mondays aren't that good, then this company's for you. We're here to help people balance life and start rewriting your future. But the missing link, I guess, for most people is people go to work for the money, obviously. And so a lot of the times the money's coming in, it's going out, and there's no wiggle room there. There's no time, there's no money, and know-how is limited as well. So we're providing all three of those by giving away most of our stuff for free and charging small amounts for some bits, and we'll make money just on affiliate commissions if you go ahead and use some of the tools. We're giving the know-how, and time is up to you to make. You have to make some sacrifices. I've certainly made a lot to push this business. But yes, I give a background on the business, and we have links below to all of that. But we went today because it's Monday, and we have decided today, this is the first time we've done it, we've discussed doing this, because the LifeMaster brand is all about designing the life that you want, and that involves designing your days and your weeks, because how you spend your days and weeks is just how you spend it is your life. That adds up to your life. So a lot of the time we're in this stuff just living day to day in survival mode, waking up and doing the same thing, thinking the same things, looking at the world the same way. You have to consciously, actively change this. So one thing we've done as a bit of a, what's the phrase, just a bit of a, goodbye to the working week, is Mondays we've agreed and decided and started today to wake up and do exactly what we want. Have no agenda, nothing to do, just flow with the day. So I'd looked, we're near Avignon. I'd seen on the map that I just noticed Châteauneuf-du-Pape. I was like, oh, that looks close. It was like 20 minutes away. So that just popped into my head today. I just said, well, why don't we go to Châteauneuf-du-Pape? So we did. And we've had a lovely day out. And we went into a couple of the wine shops as we were entering the town, found a parking space just on the outskirts, and a couple of minutes we're in the centre. It's not a huge place, but there was obviously lots of wine shops. And the first one I went into, it just seemed very posh. Some very posh lady came down and obviously looked like a tourist, even though we're living here. Hopefully this phone doesn't get too hot. So yeah, I kind of went out of there, and then we just flowed around a bit, having a little look around, and then we went past. They have the Cave du Vin is like a wine cellar, and a lot of the I noticed a couple of them where they had little like half doors where you had to scoot down and go down into these caves. And we walked by one, and then there was just this guy there, and he looked up and he just said hello, and kind of invited us in. So we all went down to this cellar, and it was just him in this little room, wine bottles everywhere. And yeah, he just said, take a seat. And his name was Bernard. And yeah, it was funny. I learned, because I'm into sales and business, apparently the easiest people to sell to are other salespeople, because they empathize and sympathize and also respect the process. And this guy was a masterclass in sales, which is why we walked away with 3 bottles of wine, even though we can't really afford this wine. Now, I was hoping Châteauneuf-du-Pape, like 25 quid plus a bottle in the UK. I was saying to Emily, I was like, 30 euros. It's probably a lot cheaper at the actual place, isn't it? Because it's not got the transport, the import duty, etc. But no, it's more. And apparently the Châteauneuf-du-Pape in England, they don't export any. Like, they only sell it there, or online, I guess. But he says they don't export any, so I don't know what the Châteauneuf-du-Pape in England is. Apparently there was a lot of copycats and things like that. It started like, this is like Pope. Avignon's known for popes. Villeneuve was known for popes, and Châteauneuf-du-Pape, Pope used to live there and built a castle. And Châteauneuf-du-Pape is the Pope's new castle. Chateau, house, neuf, new house, new castle, du Pape, of the Pope. Apparently it used to be called Pape du Vin, Pope of the wine of the Pope, but it changed to Châteauneuf-du-Pape. And so we were going to just get, I don't know, we weren't even going to get any, but we tried. We basically did some sampling, so just a few little sips of the 2024 version of this, and then the 2023, and then the 2022 of the Rouge, the red. And the 2022 did taste better, I thought. And yeah, and then we tried the white. So we've got 2 of these. Now, we can't really, it's probably not a good financial decision, but in the aims of flowing with it, and he was an excellent salesman, what we've decided to do, and funnily enough, we were like, okay, let's get 2. Get 1 for you, Mum and Dad, for all of your extra support you've given us over the past few years. And to make up for that special bottle of wine Fran and I accidentally drank one time. Yeah, don't put this one in the wine rack, put it under your bed or in a cupboard. So yeah, we got one for you as a thank you. And we were just going to get 1 for us and then save it till when the company has its first customer, takes the first dollar or whatever. That'll be a celebration for that. But the guy, all these bottles are just on racks, single. So I was just like, yeah, okay, then we'll have 2. 69 euros each. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's a nice gift. It's nice to give. It's nice to show appreciation for help and support, love and support. So we'll bring that back in September for you. But the guy was like, I only sell in 3s. You have to buy 3. And I was like, yeah, but if I had the money here for 2, it's 2 or 0, you would take the 2, wouldn't you? He says, well, you just look like a kind of 3 guy. Can't remember what exactly he said, but he was a masterclass in sales. Masterclass. So we decided to get the white. Only 4% of the grapes go into the white. So this is quite rare, actually. And that's a 2024 white, and it was spectacular. Like, haven't tried a white wine quite like that. The reds, I was like, yeah, I mean, it's nice. I don't know much about wine other than, you know, I like it. And it comes red, white, and rosé. Been getting into the natural wines though. Been on a detox. Although we did have a glass of wine last night for the first, so it was a 9-day detox. I'm still going to do till the new moon, but yeah, it just kind of felt right yesterday. And the tasting today, but that'll be it until the new moon on Saturday. So yeah, one for mum and dad, thank you. One for when the company takes its first dollar, and the white one we're going to have when our son Vito actually says his own name, Vito, just for a bit of fun. I've been trying to get him to say it for weeks, but he still doesn't. He's saying lots of other things, so it'll be quite funny when he says that, because then we can enjoy the bottle of white wine for €69. So they were all 69, so it was €207 on 3 bottles of wine. That's life. But we don't. We also said, because we didn't bring in any food or anything either, and there was some nice eating places by the looks of it. So again, like, we don't really eat out. One, because it's expensive, and two, we just love to cook. We're good at cooking and sourcing, and we love to do that, so we know what's in it. But it's nice to do once in a while, and because we didn't have any food, and Bernard recommended an eating place across the way, so we ended up going there, and it was spectacular. I was tempted to get the burger because I've not had a burger in so long, and I didn't choose the burger, but when the burgers were coming out, I was like, oh my God, they look incredible. They were huge. The fries looked good. But, you know, it's only a burger. They had a deal on plate of the day, plat de jour, with a coffee afterwards, or for €21. Or you could get a dessert, that and plus a dessert for 26. And there was a nice couple next to us, and they had the plate of the day, and it was like a stew, but it was a pig cheek stew. So Emily went for that straight away, and I was like, burger, stew. I ended up going for the stew. It was incredible. It was still full now. It was just pig cheek stew, something new. It was so tasty, so tender. It came with potatoes dauphinoise, which was great, some rocket leaves, loads of juices from the stew, but then it also had this mushroom sauce as well. And yeah, it was one of the best dishes I've had out for years. Like, it was just incredible. I've never tried pig cheek before, but we've been craving the stew. We're still trying to find the chickens to make the broth, because we don't have broth, we don't have chicken. We went to the butcher's there, closed again on holiday, so a lot of people are away. We also pulled over. They have a lot of signs up, just little farms. We went there. We pulled off on one. Pulled over to one on the way to Châteauneuf-du-Pape today, and because they had fraise, strawberries, and some other things. They were out of strawberries, and the chicken guy was on holiday. But we got a melon and some other fruit, some flat peaches. So still no chicken, but it was just a delight, an absolute delight. They're super friendly, very professional, busy, vibrant. So we've just had a great day. So it's just Mondays, we're just doing that. It's been so nice just to alleviate any pressure on anything. You just go with the flow. And that's a kind of our celebration for creating a free life and kind of going with what we want to do when we want to do it. So we're here to help with that, with the company and the links below. And yeah, I guess we better put these somewhere safe. So there we go. Châteauneuf-du-Pape out.